Hello friends, welcome back to Toy Cafe. I'm your host, and in this video we are putting together another miniature dollhouse kit. This time it is a little coffee shop, and on this particular kit I really went off the instructions and decided to make it completely my own. It's mostly because of one little detail that got messed up in the kit, and I thought it would be fun to just redesign my own motif and follow that all the way through, so I did. And another neat feature about this kit is that it has laser cut pieces that are not separated yet, which was a first for me, and I thought that was pretty neat. I have had kits with laser cut pieces before, but they were always separated out. This is the first kit I had that sent you the whole sheet and you had to separate them yourself. And I was kind of surprised at how easily they separated. They just sort of fell apart for the most part. Some of them needed a little more effort to get the pieces out. But otherwise, it was exceptionally easy. I had a knife there, a hobby knife, to help me along the way, but it turned out I didn't need it in the end. The only pieces I really had trouble with were the little squigglies that were very small, the little tiny pieces. And yeah, like this one here. That gave me a little bit of trouble, but it actually wasn't so bad compared to all the rest. Yeah, no, the whole thing was very easy to disassemble, so definitely something I'll look for in the future. If I ever do get another kit that's laser cut, I won't mind that at all. Also, the laser cut pieces fit together extremely well in this kit, and which is a surprise. Usually when you get one of these cheaper kits, not all of the pieces fit together so well. There are, issues about thicknesses, lengths, warping a lot. But because this is cut from plywood, there wasn't any issues with warping. Usually there aren't with plywood. And also because it was cut by laser, most of these cuts were precision cut, so they were exactly the right size, just the right shape. Yeah, definite improvement. Most of the kits you'll get are die cut, where they have a big metal piece that comes down onto the material and cuts out the pieces like that, and that can be very effective as well. But the material that they use in those cases quite often isn't a good quality plywood, or even a plywood at all. It's just a solid piece of wood or MDF, and they're very susceptible to warping and being misshapen. So yeah, this was a delight to separate out and put together later on. Yeah, very nice. Now, this quality did not carry through the entire kit. There are a few spots where things were a little bit lacking that led to my customization, but we'll get to that when we get there. But otherwise, yeah, really nice. There are some high-end dollhouses that you'll find out there that do laser cut pieces, and they just send you the whole sheet and you have to separate it themselves. And I was a little leery about them before, but after this experience, we don't want to pop that out. Nope. Yeah, after this experience, I'm a lot less leery than I was before. I definitely would want to try any place that has high-end dollhouses. I would want to try something small first to make sure the quality is to where I'm looking for it for the money, but after that, if everything checks out there, I definitely would not be afraid of laser cut pieces. We'll get this last little tiny guy out of there, and that should be it. And there we go, whole mess. So we'll start with our pieces of paper as always, and we'll get those cut. I cut these perfectly to size this time. Mostly just because I wanted to. I normally leave them oversized and then trim them down to fit. But in this case, I was pretty confident about the size of everything, especially the laser cut pieces, so I just went with it. Yeah. So here are our walls. The walls in this, the floor is MDF, which is medium density fiber board. It's a very good material, but is prone to warping with extreme temperature and humidity changes. The walls, though, are plywood, which is a lot more stable, but can warp as well if you're not careful. So nothing is foolproof. But yeah, that's one of the other reasons why I cut everything to size as well, because I was pretty sure it'd all be the right size. So here we have a little cabinet, and those drawer fronts are just delicious the way they're laser cut in there. I almost popped those out. That would have been a mistake. They should have been recessed, but they were cut all the way through and just held on with a few tabs. On this other cabinet here, they did it properly where they only cut partway through with the laser just to give the highlight, and it looks pretty good. Unfortunately, it's not painted though. I would have liked it to have been painted because it just gives that extra level of finish. Now it looks like it's just raw wood. Looks like something someone threw together and then forgot to paint, frankly. I could have painted it myself, but that would have been a lot of extra work, and, well, I don't know. Not that much work, but still, I'm not a big fan of painting myself. I don't get especially good results with it if I use a brush. I like to use a air gun or a, oh, I forget what it's called. Airbrush. That's it, an airbrush. And you get really nice results with that, but it creates a lot of fumes. It's a little bit messy, time-consuming. Yeah, so I really have to be invested in the project before I'll go to that extent for painting. So I just left it all raw and covered up where I could. This is the front counter. It's an interesting shape. It's not an even curve. And this is what was supposed to go on the front counter. Now, it would have fit. It's cut big enough, but it is crooked. Look how crooked that is. Yeah, no, we're not using that. We're using this. This is some EVA foam with sparkles on it. I got this from the dollar store, and the sparkles are surprisingly resilient. They don't get everywheres. The few fall off, but not too bad. So I went with that, and we put it on everything. Well, I put it on everything. Yeah, me, myself, and I. And you can look there, and you can see it's on the arms of the chairs. Well, we'll see that in a second. We'll get the backs on there. Get them all lined up. There we go, on the arms of the chairs, on the backs of the chairs. So let's assemble our little room. Not too many cabinets or furniture in here, but lots and lots of details. There's our gorgeous counter. Very flashy. Yeah. And our little tiny cabinet. Almost not enough room in there. I wonder how the employees get behind the counter. There's no gate here, and there's no door back there, so do they jump over? That can't be very safe or hygienic. There are our matching chairs, very flashy as well, match the counter. And a little love cake, lots of little plastic pieces in this kit that looked really nice. Some cups, get the menus. The menus are very repetitive. And there we see some pictures, and the frames are that material again, that sparkly EVA foam. So, yeah. Tried to carry that motif all the way through. And that's why I renamed the kit Sparkle Cafe. Yeah, more of those little flower cups. And now we're going to dress the shelves, put lots of stuff in here. My shelf is drooping a little bit. I didn't put quite enough glue on there, but it's staying up, so it's okay. Fill up these little baskets with some bread and some cake. And this is interesting. This is something that you'll see in Eastern countries quite a bit. When you have a big coffee order, they'll put it in a box. A lot of times in the West, when you have a big coffee order, they have these little trays that all the cups fit into, and you carry it that way. And it's not very secure, in my opinion. More menus. Not that they have a big menu, but maybe if you want to read up close, you're having trouble seeing. You know, bag for coffee. There's a basket in the corner that just appeared suddenly. I think there's meant to be the garbage bins. Yeah. So there we go. We're putting the coffee cups inside the box. And this definitely seems like a more secure way to carry these. These coffee cups came out pretty nice with the method that they gave in the instructions to put it together. But the cups should be tapered. That really stands out to me. And I just couldn't figure out a way to do that. More sparkles. Here's the topper for this cabinet that carries the lights. I think this looks pretty sharp. That wavy shape. The way they had you mount the LEDs in there. Yeah. So yeah, it's a fairly simple kit. Not a lot of construction in it, but a lot of details. And I think that really sells it as an active little coffee shop. It looks like the people here just stepped outside for a second, right in the middle of business. All the customers and the people working there. They were just filling up a big coffee order to go. Somebody else had two there as well. They have a little coffee machine on the counter. I hope that's not how they're making their coffee, in the little instant coffee maker. They're overcharging then. Yeah, those lights look really good on those shelves. I really like that. Little coffee bags are really sharp as well, especially if you get those creases right. They look really nice. There it is, all lit up at night. It's only part of a room. It probably could have used a little more to fill it out. A lamp there on the table or something, or some lamps on the side walls to fill it up with light. But otherwise, I think it looks good in the dark. A few more details there. You know, like I said, the cups not being tapered really stands out to me because it's a very pertinent and important detail when making coffee cups. So. But that's the only real drawback. Yeah. Interesting little kit. Not a lot to it, but fun. So I hope you enjoyed watching that, and if you did, please consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the bell icon so you know whenever I put out a new video. And if you really enjoyed that and my other videos, please consider hitting one of the links down in the description. It'll take you to Amazon, and if you buy anything while you're there, Amazon will kick back a few cents to me, and I will use those to make videos for you. But in the meantime, I want to say thank you for watching. Bye-bye.